Hey everybody, this is Ryan, and welcome to another episode of Runner 2. This is a series where I talk about topics that you guys leave down in the comments, and you get to watch the game, and then I just talk about stuff, and that's pretty much all this thing is. So this time we have a thought-provoking topic, oh my goodness, and it's very possible that I'm just doing somebody's homework for them, but either way I thought it was an interesting topic. And so I'll try to not sound too stupid because this is deep. This is big time stuff here. So the question is art and creativity still appreciated? What? All right, so I imagine most of, I'd say half of you turned off the video when I said what the topic is. And so the 4 of you that are still watching, I appreciate it and I will do my best. So, in my opinion on is art and creativity still appreciated? Short answer, yes. Long answer, sort of. First, I mean, art is completely not what it used to be. Yeah, paintings and statues, you know, those things are obviously art. But I think we would all agree that video games are art. What about when somebody designs a city in Minecraft? I mean, is that art? I mean, I think it is. It's just going from having paint and putting it onto a canvas to having blocks and putting it onto a computer screen. We've all tried to make cool shit in Minecraft before, and it always just comes out into a square house. And it is, you know, a shell of what we had, this grand vision in our minds, and then it is nothing even remotely close to it. So yeah, it absolutely takes skill to do stuff like that. And as far as appreciating it, I think that's kind of a generational thing. A lot of older people, they don't give a damn about video game art. And at the same time, you got a lot of younger people that don't give a damn about a painting. When a younger person looks at something and it's just like, yeah, that's kind of cool. Just because we're not sitting there with monocles and fancy top hats. It's like, oh, the colors, they are magnificent. They portray the hardships of Paris in the early 1800s. I mean, you know, just because we look at it and be like, yeah, that's kind of cool. That's just our way of expressing that we appreciate something. Now, am I more impressed if I see a statue in Minecraft or a statue in real life? Well, obviously, I'm going to be impressed by the physical thing that's in front of me, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate stuff that I see in video games and that whole graphic style. Now, creativity, on the other hand, that's kind of a whole different thing. My definition of creativity is something that's against the norm. So it's like, hey, that person has purple shoes on. They are so creative. Well, really, it's just like, why in the hell is that person wearing purple shoes? But you guys kind of get what I'm saying. It's something that you don't normally see, and so it's creative. So when it comes to movies and music, I think that the big companies that control that stuff, they want nothing to do with being creative. It's like the big movie companies in Hollywood. It's like they just have their foot on the throats of the creative community in Hollywood, and they just hold it down. And that's why we see so many damn remakes of movies. That's why there are so few original ideas. They simply don't want to take a chance on something because they might not make as much money as they would if they just keep putting out the same crap every year. You know, sure, some things managed to get out. The first thing that just popped into my head was Inception. And, you know, like, that was a really cool, creative movie. So, yeah, of course, original ideas do get out. But for the most part, they don't want to take a chance. They want to make as much money as possible. Just look at Twilight. They thought they had to move really fast, force this movie out, capitalize on the books as quickly as possible. So they just threw this complete pile of crap together. It had bad acting, it had a bad script, it had bad graphics. But what happened? They made piles and piles of money off of this terrible movie. So when the producers, when they got done with the first one, it's like, okay, well now we need to make a sequel. Okay, well we got 2 options here. We can pour a whole bunch of resources into this next movie, really take our time with it, you know, mold this into something we can be really proud of, or we can rush out a complete piece of crap and make piles and piles of more money. You know, they really don't care if the critics rip on the movie, because they literally can't hear the critics through their money forts that they built, because they make so much money off of these crap movies. So why would they take a chance? Why would they be creative and put themselves out there when it might fail, when you can just do the same thing that you always do and get stupidly rich doing it? And I think music is a little bit different, because like people can put their own stuff out there on the internet, but if you listen to the mainstream stuff, the top 40 stuff, it is all so similar. And then someone will finally go out, they will put themselves out there, they will change the music a little bit, they'll do a couple things differently, and then everyone will rush to follow that example, and then that will be the new kind of music we hear for a while, and then it'll change a little bit again. And it's just, that's unfortunately how it works. And video games are a little bit different than movies and music. And that's because you got indie games and stuff like Kickstarter. Before, you would have companies, you'd have little companies go to these big companies, and they'd basically get a boot out the door. But now you have a few talented people that go on Kickstarter and they say, hey, I have this really cool idea for a game, but I don't have any money. And then other people are like, hey, that is a really cool idea, and I have a little bit of money. I'll give it to you, and then everyone else will give you a little bit of money, and then you'll make the game, and then we'll all be so happy. And then you obviously got stuff like Minecraft, like Terraria, you know, games that are definitely smaller. It's a much smaller team. It's not a $60 game. It never pretends to be a $60 game, but it's still a really creative, unique idea, and it's priced accordingly, and now they can get it to us thanks to all the crazy crap the internet can do these days. So you got all these little great companies, and then you have the mega, huge, evil corporation called EA. Now, EA puts out some good games every now and then, but EA is a corporation. All they want to do is make money. You know, you got these little companies that, you know, they go through Kickstarter or whatever, and the first thing they want to do is they want to make a great game. The second thing they want to do is make money. Of course they want to make money. Everybody wants to make money, but that game's their baby. They are so proud of it. But then you have EA. EA wants to make money first. They want to make money second. They want to make money third. And if there's any time left over, they'll make an okay game. Just look at Dragon Age. The first game was great. It was so much fun. There were so many RPG fans that were dying for a game like that. And so it comes out and it makes tons of money and everybody loves it. But what happened? Well, it makes so much money that the big evil eye of EA just slowly shifted onto it, and it said, hey, you guys made a lot of money. We made a lot of money. Well, now we want to get our fingers in this, and we want to make even more money. So what do? They take a strategy action game that so many people loved, and they make an action strategy game. Took away all the micromanaging stuff that RPGers love, and it comes up with just a mess, you know? It was a really disappointing game. It was nothing like the first one. It was a complete shell of the first game, and they tried to appeal to the masses, and in doing so, they appealed to no one. And yeah, some people liked it, and the game did some good things. I'm not saying it was horrible, but that series had a lot of potential. It still does have a lot of potential, but they need to take a step back and make a good game first, and then worry about making the money. So I guess in conclusion, yeah, this stuff is still appreciated, but these big companies that have the money, or the man, if you will, they're just holding stuff back because making money is more important than being creative and making good products. Anyway, that's just my opinion on it. I'm sure your opinion is better and I am wrong, but but if you have a topic, something you might want to hear me talk about, just leave it in the comments down below, and that'll do it. So thank you so much for watching, everybody, and until next time, see ya, guys.